WBA World Featherweight title is on the line. Champion Jesus Rojas showing a 1-year layoff doesn't mean nothing for his brute style. What will the challenger Jojo Diaz show? Did he learn anything from the defeat from Gary Russell? Let's break it down. Let's talk about it right here on the RRT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk Boxing Show with Mr.A.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You can hate him for not making that fight happen, but this is an unbiased show. We talk boxing. If it is just some missed details, the RRT Boxing Show, Mr. A is here to help you, because that's what we do. We talk that boxing, spit that fire on the internet, dragging on the net, hashtag dragging on the net. Follow me on at Twitter at RRTB Show. RRT, the RRT Boxing Show with Mr. A. Jojo Diaz, Joseph Diaz, coming off his first defeat. The WBA champion, world champion, Jesus Rojas, coming off nearly a 1-year layoff. His last fight was, they say, 9/15/2017 against a nice comeback knockout of Claudio Mario. That was a pretty good fight. Because he was losing that fight with the hand speed of Claudio, but his style, that just rugged, come forward. Hey, I'm sorry, did I hit you in the nuts for the 6th time? Oh, sorry, my bad. That brute style. It's going to be interesting to see how Jojo Diaz handles this dogfight, because Jesus Rojas, he's going to come in here with the attribute advantages. These guys have an identical record of 26-1. 2 draws for Rojas, 0 for Jojo. But the knockouts is 19 for the champion and 14 for Jojo Diaz. So same record, a little stronger knockout power. And the champion Rojas has 152 rounds, 136 rounds of experience, but a 62-63 knockout ratio, while champion has 174 with a 53 knockout ratio. So he has more rounds because he don't have the knockout power to take his opponents out. He goes the distance. So no power, got him a little more experience. While Rojas he's on a 4 knockout winning streak right here. Like I said, but he's been almost a year off. But his last 4 opponents, he has taken them out before the final bell. Like this fight, the attributes. This is going to be a southpaw orthodox. Jojo being a southpaw, so and the way Rojas is in your face, it's going to be a chance of some headbutts, some toe stepping. He has a 5'7" height advantage over a 5'6". He has a 4-inch reach advantage with a 68-64. And we've seen Jojo Diaz have trouble with Gary Russell's jab. That's what lost him the fight, the jab. The hand speed gave him problems. It was that jab. Now, what did Jojo learn? Is he going to be able to get past this jab? Now, Rojas ain't as fast as a combination puncher as Gary Russell to keep Jojo Diaz locked up and not throw back. But will he be able to get inside that jab? And Rojas is he's a beast inside. He fights inside, like I said. And if you're giving it right back to him, hey, sorry for the hip shot, sorry for the nut shot, sorry. Oh, did I headbutt you again? Sorry. How would Jojo Diaz handle someone who welcomes dog fights and muddy dog fights? You know what I mean? It's gonna be real interesting. Like he comes forward. He's not a backward fighter. Jojo Diaz is pretty decent average on a back foot jab. He's average, but with him being 4 inches at a disadvantage, he's gonna have to be a really good timing if he wants to back foot jab and let Rojas walk into something. Footwork, like I said, both these guys, Rojas is gonna come forward. He ain't doing no angle in, angle out. He's high guard coming in, eating shots. While JoJo, he does pretty good footwork and gets pretty good leverages on his body shots. I'm going to go with the leg and footwork of JoJo Diaz. Defensively, oh man, I lean slightly with JoJo on this one. Just for, as I said, he dips a little to the side, and he doesn't always back on the straight line. Like I said, Rojas is going to be right in front. Offensively, though, JoJo Diaz, we saw in Gary Russell, I think he shocked a lot of people with his tremendous body attack. It was giving Russell problems. So, Rojas' body is open. He comes at you with a high guard. JoJo Diaz is going to be able to freeze him up in that high guard and hit that body. Now, I don't know what can I say? Rojas is a war. He goes in wars. He could take that. So I don't know if JoJo Diaz would be able to take his spirit out of him. You know, if he'd be able to hurt him with that body attack. Because Rojas, he takes it and he dishes it. It's gonna be an interesting fight. It's gonna be a very interesting fight. And the jab, that 4-inch reach, because he jabs well and he hooks to the body well. Rojas does. But he gets hit. He gets hit. He has a better jab to me than JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz doesn't pump his jab enough. The body shots, even though Rojas does them well, it seems like JoJo Diaz, our placement is better. Whew. Tough fight, folks. Tough fight. But I'm going to lean with the new WBA World Champion. I go with JoJo Diaz making this a dog fight. He's going to accept the dog fight because Rojas is actually going to make it a dog fight. JoJo Diaz is going to accept the dog fight. But I think with his feet movement, when needed to, he will be able to get out of the pocket and save some energy. And I think he's a better up and down combination puncher, mixing with some uppercuts. While Rojas is a hooker, jabber, and hooker to the body. It's going to be a hell of a fight. It's on the Golden Boy Facebook debut, Facebook Watch. So if all you guys are wondering where to watch this fight, it is on the Facebook Watch, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, we go with the new world champion, WBA World Featherweight Champion, JoJo Diaz, right here on the RRT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr.A. Follow the show on Twitter at RRTB Show, RRTB Show. Thank you for your time and support. Stay tuned in. Hit that subscribe button if you have not. Help the 380, climb to 500. Support this show. We talk boxing. Thank you very much.